We cannot afford to let any untapped land in our city go to waste. That includes the campus at the shuttered RFK Stadium, which now, as most of you know, is nothing more than a vast, desolate parking lot. It may be the only national parking lot, in fact, dedicated to asphalt.
The fundamental challenge facing the city is how to acquire a vast tract of land, one of the last large tracts of open space left in the district, which also, unfortunately for the district, happens to be owned by the federal government. The RFK site is 190 acres in southeast Washington. The mayor has called it a vast and desolate parking lot, but it has a lot of good qualities as well. It's located near thriving, diverse neighborhoods. It's across the river from Anacostia. It's located near Metro Rail and also many highways, so it's seen as a real asset to the city as well. Fans of the RFK Stadium have fond memories of it. It hosted the Redskins from the early 60s to 1996. It hosted 3 Super Bowl wins for the Redskins under Hall of Fame coach Joe Gibbs. So it still has some warm connotations, even though the site itself is crumbling. RFK Stadium has fallen into disrepair over the years and hasn't been maintained the way fans would like it to be. Redskins owner Dan Snyder would like to move his team from FedEx Field in Prince George's County to back to the RFK Stadium site, but there's a lot of opposition to that plan. Because the land is owned by the federal government, Congress needs to agree, and currently House Democrats are opposed to any effort that would help the Redskins move the team back to RFK Stadium, the RFK site, because of the name. They consider it a racial slur. There are some efforts to help DC acquire the land and get the federal government out of the equation. Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton, who's the city's non-voting representative, she's introduced a bill that would make it possible for the city to buy the land outright from the federal government, and then the decision what to do with the land will be up to the city and take the federal government out of the equation. That seems to have slightly more support in Congress than other plans in the past. Mayor Bowser and also much of City Council agree that the city needs affordable housing and more park and recreation areas, even though they're split over the idea of building a new stadium on the RFK site. The current thinking is that if the city buys the land outright, they could decide together with the community what is best for the site. Whether it's housing and a new stadium, perhaps just housing, that's an open question at this point. But there's really no end in sight. The future of RFK Stadium is uncertain.
I'm Robin Gavon at The Washington Post. Real journalism matters, so subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow the latest in our reporting, analysis, and features. Sorry.
That was incredible.